What's the word, folks? What's the word? What's the word, man? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Big Mario, man. I'm out here with the co-commissioner of the BMGFL, Big Mario Gaming Fantasy League. Yeah, I know I'm lazy with the names. Who cares? Anyways, folks, I'm here with a couple of the co-commissioners, man. And what we're doing here is giving y'all a little breakdown, a little preview, and some draft grades based off the fantasy draft. This is a Madden online connected franchise with the full fantasy draft that we did, man. Just allowing players to, build the foundation to their rosters and stuff like that. We're looking to be very competitive. We got a lot of great competitive users from a good amount of different leagues, from one very well established league. And that's where my co host and co commissioner AJ comes from. So, yeah, man, without further ado, we want to give y'all thanks for tuning in, stopping in with us, man. And we're going to jump right into it, man. AJ, I know you are a very, very, very well versed Madden player, man, and I know you got skills, but on top of that, you got knowledge of the game, man. So I'm gonna let you start it off with the first team that you're gonna break down, brother.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna be doing my team first. I'm gonna be reviewing them, doing
Okay.
my draft recap. All right. Real quick. Do you mind? Did you put the
Yeah.
the video?
Let me see. You are the Vikings.
Yeah.
And so he's planning on giving
Nah,
you
I can see mine. So
cool.
I got it
No,
here
but
after the.
I got it pulled up. Roster. There it is,
All right.
folks. So y'all can clearly see his roster right there.
All
And
right, bro. So let me go ahead and do mine.
yes,
So
sir.
I was drafting, bro. I was trying to go for an identity that was pretty much a hyper explosive offense powered by elite speed and wide receiver, right? I mean, as you can see, I have
Definitely.
Tyreek Hill, right? Dude, he's really good. Um, when I was drafting, I was like, man, I need someone that's gonna move the chains, that's gonna scare the defense, right? And so I decided to go with him. And besides him, I also drafted the best, I would say, the best duo in the league regarding the defensive tackle, which is Cameron Hayward and Jalen Carter. I would say those are definitely my strengths, bro. I have Greg Rosal as well. He provides a long arm pass rush upside off the edge, and then I drafted Jordan Mason and Keaton, right?
Mm-hmm. I
Keaton
see
Mitchell.
that. Yeah.
I feel like both of them, man, they provide a good balance of power and speed at the running back position. Now, I would say my weaknesses for my team are the cornerback room. There's no star power, no nothing like that, but they're fast and athletic.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Wide receiver group as well. Again, there's no star power there besides Tyreek Hill. But I do have Romeo Dobbs and I do have Marvin Mims Jr. They're young, so I'll be developing them. But I can say that this team will probably rely pretty much on Tyreek Hill. We'll see how that goes. See see he's gonna be the focal point. I would give my a draft grade as a C plus, maybe a
Okay.
B. Okay,
Okay.
star power at the premium position at wide receiver, defensive tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, a clear explosive identity. That's what I was trying to go for. I'm one of the best defensive interiors in the league, but again, I do need a good star power secondary, and I expect that to be my weakness.
Well, and just by looking at your roster here on Neon, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 players with a 90 or higher speed rating, man. So obviously, speed is a huge factor in this game. And I know you mentioned explosiveness, so I think you did very well in capturing the essence of an explosive team. Tyreek Hill obviously being the focal point of your offense makes a lot of sense, especially with the age reduction. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see just because of the way that you play and having played you as much as we have, at least in the last couple Maddens. So I'm really excited to see, and I personally did like your draft a lot. And so thank you for your breaking down, your team. My team, I will be using the Lions in this league, and typically when I play football games, whether it be college football or whether it be Madden, I am a run heavy guy. I believe in having strong trenches. I believe in having a great offensive line to anchor the run game, and that the running backs do work behind the offensive linemen. That's how I approach this draft. Like I said, our team identity is literally built around elite trench dominance, and our defense will be tough. We're not going to beat you on the outside with the passing game in terms of having big shot plays or explosive plays or one play possessions. We're looking to wear you down in the trenches. Our strength, arguably, um, I have the best offensive line in the game, and of course that is with bias, but also with a little bit of fact to it. If you look at my offensive line rating and you look at the way that I built them, so you're looking at Sewell, Mailata, Tyler Smith. Um, I forgot who else. Let me see real quick. So Sewell, Mailata, Bitonio at center, Tyler Smith, and then the weakest part of my offensive line is my right guard, Kevin Dotson. So I have a great offensive line, great enough to play bully ball, but at the same time also give my quarterback pass protection, and we're gonna need that with a young quarterback in Michael Penix. Our defensive core, I went with something that would allow me to play a more comfortable with my style in terms of playing zone and giving you different looks, but then obviously disguising my coverages, giving you different looks, and then having you kind of fall into the zones. I went with Sauce Gardner because I needed a lockdown on the outside, regardless if I ever do need a man. Buda Baker, obviously, and Bobby Wagner bring veteran leadership to my defense. And then with Leonard Williams playing defensive tackle, I feel pretty confident that my defense will be decent. Our weaknesses, uncertainty at quarterback, man. Like I said, Michael Penix being a 75 overall, yes, he is a very young player, but we still have to see if we're going to be able to develop him. And then with really with a team dynamic that doesn't really spread the ball out a lot, we don't go five wide a lot, or I don't intend to. It's going to be very hard to develop him at a faster pace. So I'm hoping that we can do enough to where he does develop and we don't have to abandon ship with him early. Also, we do have some veterans on the team. Age, we didn't really draft too young. We didn't draft too old, but a lot of key pieces are getting up there in terms of age. And then receiver depth. Talk about no receiver depth, basically. I don't think I have a receiver
Yeah.
rated over 80 at all, which is not good. I know a lot of times when we're discussing football with my opponents, one of the key things is, hey, man, I loaded up the box because I don't respect your passing game. I don't blame you guys. Yet again in this draft, I did not address that. And so obviously I have to work on that moving forward, maybe try and acquire some via draft, maybe wait until the offseason. Who knows? But overall, I personally give my draft, I give it a B minus, simply because again, games are won in the trenches. Playoff games are won in the trenches, and if I get to the playoffs, if I get through my division, or at least I'm able to get in a wild card, I have the offensive trenches to be able to play games and win games in the playoffs with a strong run game. Um, but at the same time, I also, like I said, waited way too long at the quarterback position and at the wide receiver position. So great picks as far as in terms of getting a core on defense and offensive line. Basically struck out at quarterback and wide receiver. So yeah, like I said, I give myself a B minus.
Yeah, man, and just looking at your team, dude, it's pretty good. You got a solid foundation. You got it in the trenches, leading the secondary with Sauce Gardner, man.
Indeed,
We played against each other. We
indeed,
played against each
yeah,
other, huh?
yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
We played in TML, and
Mm-hmm.
man, dude, you were just running it. You had me guessing. You were passing it on me, and that was with
Sweet.
how do I say this? I would say this team is a lot better than the other one, and you beat me with a lesser talented team, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not that your drafting was bad in that one, but
Indeed.
man, dude, and then we're rivals now
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this we're in the same division, so
In
we'll
the
see
north.
how Cameron, yeah, in the north, and we'll see how Cameron Hayward and Jalen Carter and Greg Rosal will fare up against the Panay Sewell and leading the offensive lineman, bro.
And I
But no,
think
I like your team, bro. I like your team. I would give it a good B plus.
I appreciate that, brother. Darian, yes, sir. Get the play action going, and I'll be deadly. Hopefully, man. The thing is, again, just the fact that I don't have notable weapons outside is what's going to make that a little difficult. But yeah, man. I mean, like, to your point, AJ, we have had some matchups before. Obviously, I'm looking very forward to having you in the division, man. Playing you two times a year, playing one of the best players, arguably in the league, in my opinion, enables you to have to step up, a game plan wise, and b um, skill wise. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think our division is going to be easy by any means necessary, and I think we have two of the best teams in the league when it comes to rosters. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, especially with our contrasting play styles. But I'm very excited, man. Very, very, definitely excited to get it going.
For sure, bro. Let me go ahead and go over the Bills now.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So their team identity is a trench dominant roster that wants to bully people up front while leaning on a star receiver to move the chains. Elite tackle duo, Lane Johnson and Laramie Tunsil. I feel like they're one of the best tackles in the league.
Mm-hmm.
At the right tackle and left tackle. Drake London, man, he's a size mismatch for the wide receiver one. He's a red zone merchant as well.
Mm.
Josh Jacobs, he's very good. He's superstar, physical running back again that allows you to that allows your offense to play that bully ball, right?
Yeah.
As well as Laporta gives him a reliable tight end. He's young, another superstar as well. Strong interior defensive lineman and veteran leadership. Where I see the weakness behind Drake London, I would say there's really nothing there. It's just literally Drake London. Chris Godwin, yeah, he's good. He's 29, but I mean, he's 88 speed, 89 acceleration. He's gonna need to be replaced soon. I don't know what the regression is here, but Drake London, behind Drake London, there's really not that much. The defense does have talent, but lacks elite speed on the back end. I feel like by looking at this roster, this team would depend heavily on the run game to stay ahead of the sticks. But again, I give this team a good draft grade of B, rock solid foundation with elite offensive lineman and clear identity.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. And I can definitely agree, especially by looking at the roster. Like you said, you made a couple of good points there. And it's gonna be interesting to see because I think who else is in their division. Obviously, we got the Pats and all them. The Pats, Dolphins. It's them, Pats, Dolphins, and Jets. But in terms of users, it's gonna be very interesting to see how that shapes out because I feel like the AFC East is roster wise they all have actually pretty good rosters. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how it goes. Um, in terms of division. But yeah, like you said, man, they have some very solid pieces, a very solid foundation. I'm really liking it.
For sure.
And then my next team up, who was it? So I'm gonna be breaking down the Kansas City Chiefs. And
Oh, I think they're about to play right now against the
yes,
Chargers.
yes, sir. Yeah, they're about to play the Chargers. They are this week's game of the week: Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers. It's gonna be interesting because I know they both have some very good teams. Kansas City themselves, man. I think they went. I think Travis Hunter was their first pick, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
I
wrong,
think so.
which I thought was a little bit of a risk, but I guess it might end up paying off. So yeah, man.
He's young. You can develop
Indeed,
him. So.
indeed. So uh, this version of the Chiefs is going to be different from what you're used to. They are going to look to blend speed, versatility, and veteran leadership. It's more of a hybrid-like roster. They have old school power in the trenches, that being highlighted by Trent Williams more than anything. But they're also paired with a very youthful perimeter that's explosive, including Travis Hunter, Quentin Johnson, and of course Achan. Their defense is is uh is rather lengthy. They're gonna be very lengthy. They have a lot of range. They have towering cornerbacks and athletic linebackers that are built to combat a lot of speed demons and a lot of spread offenses. I would say their strengths on offense is elite speed. It feels like they're looking to make every game a track meet. So I'm interested to see how other defenses prepare for them, especially against a team that runs heavy zone or that has inadequate defenders to run the man against them. They have veteran line leadership, like I said. They have solid anchors on the offensive line, proven solid anchors. I believe they have Shaq Mason to go along with Trent Williams. And then their
Yeah.
secondary is very, very athletic. The guy that jumps out the most at me, and only because of how much Irwin likes this guy,
Tariq Woolen.
Tariq Woolen, man. It's
Yeah.
incredible, man. When you're 6'4", with 95 speed, with 96 acceleration, man, you're just, man, like, overall rating is a catfish right there because they give him an 83. But honestly, he can be a game changer, especially if you know pair him with a dev trait or even just continue to work with him.
Hmm.
Um, and then of course they I mean they have a rare they have a rarity with Travis Hunter. So you have a rare combo of height and 4.3, 4.4 speed. Ideal for man heavy coverage schemes, but it'll be interesting to see how he uses them. And then obviously the weaknesses, just like the Lions, uncertainty at the quarterback position. Going with JJ McCarthy, I think a lot of us in this draft waited a little bit too long to nab our starting quarterback, and it's going to bite us in the butt. This being one of those occasions. Now, I don't know how good he is as a user. I don't know how he plans on running his offense, but I do know that I would not be 100% comfortable with JJ McCarthy as my franchise quarterback moving forward. Even though he's young, even though he has a star depth trait, there's absolutely no turning out on. I mean, no guaranteeing on how he's going to turn out, or if he's even going to turn out to be a great player. Um, I did mention veteran leadership and how that's one of their strengths, but ironically enough, that's also one of their weaknesses because Trent Williams is 37, Shaq Mason is 32, so they may see regressions a lot sooner than later. And then of course their interior run defense, they have uh, very little depth. They do have Barrymore anchoring down, but other than that, you know, uh, John Franklin Myers is young, but obviously we still have to see if he develops and he pans out in the way in the defensive scheme that the Chiefs run. So overall, I give their draft grade a B as well, simply because again it seems like he went for what he's comfortable with running. But even then, when you look at the pieces, only one player ranked or rated over 90, and that's Trent Williams at a 99. And actually, I mentioned his age. He uses AR on him, so age will no longer be a factor with him. I, uh,
Hmm.
you know, erase that. But other than that, the next closest to a 90 is Achin, and then Cole and Travis Hunter. So, the again, unless he's really comfortable with the players and very comfortable with the way he's going to run this offense. It's going to be interesting to see how how this goes because looking at the ages, he did seem to target young players as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. Overall, I give them a B for the draft overall because they did get lengthy, fast DBs that are going to be able to shut down a lot of these guys' users passing games. So yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely. I like the draft as well, and I would say, I would agree with you. I would give him a B. But yeah, I like Tariq Woolen, I like Travis Hunter, Devin A Chain. So they got some good speed, man. I think they match up well with the Chargers.
Indeed, indeed, and that's gonna
That's
be the biggest thing because again, those two are straight up track teams. So it's gonna be
yeah.
interesting to see how that goes down.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Well, let me go ahead and go over the Bengals.
Yes, sir.
To me, when I look at the roster, bro, it screams out defensive first roster built around relentless pass rush, leading with Nick Bosa, and they do have some enough offensive pieces to keep pace, right? The strengths of this team is pretty much Nick Bosa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Burns as well. Man, I think that's probably the best duo. They have Brian Burns and Nick Bosa together. That's a nightmare for any quarterback. They're gonna have to worry about the pressure
Indeed.
that the offensive line might give them. I mean, yeah, might give up. AJ Brown too. He gives them a true number one wide receiver. Although he's not a how do I say, he's not gonna scare anyone with his speed, but he's definitely a chain mover. He's gonna get you those first downs, those slants, and get you those hitch routes, right? Those dig routes, those zig routes. He'll definitely move the chains for you. Devin Lloyd is a do-it-all linebacker. He has good range. He's a solid playmaker. Um, I he also has some good awareness, so that's good. Hufanga and Lattimore give them playmakers in the secondary, although they're not really superstars. um, and so I don't really think that they'll really make that much of a factor, but they can definitely hold it down. I don't think they'll create turnovers though. The weaknesses really is just I would say the offensive line depth. I think it's thin in spots, but overall I give them again a B grade, B minus, elite defensive core, and great balance. I would say though that they are playoff ready.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Give me a
Mm.
quick second.
Oh man, I mean I like it. They got Jordan Love too, man. I mean, man, I would if I was a Bengals though, going back real quick, if I was in the Bengals, I think I would have used my captain on Jordan Love. You got a 26-year-old quarterback,
Yeah.
86 overall. I would have used that.
Yeah. Definitely. I definitely agree there. Um. So, next up, and actually also, I'm gonna be cycling back and forth because the game of the week just started.
Started already.
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Boom. So they're right now they're oh snap. Yeah, right now they're doing their what's it called?
They put it here? No, they didn't put the game of the week stream there. However, they did. No, that's not.
Oh, there's full screen. All right, so up next I got the Washington Commanders. Um, and their identity is pretty simple, straight to the point. They're built around physicality and balance. They got a very good mix of star power and toughness. I mean, you combine Saquon, um, with the guys that they got at O line. Um, you know, their offense is actually very, very good. Um, so it's going to be very interesting to see how teams prepare for these guys. Um, because again, with Saquon with Saquon being in the mix, you have to obviously be very weary of their run game. You can't take it lightly one bit, but at the same time, you can't fully commit to the run because you'll be exposed with the with the passing game. So that's a very great pick. And then of course, having CJ Stroud back there, even though he's having a bit of a rough year this year, in real life, he can obviously get it done in the game. So obviously having good protection around him, having good weapons is good. And that's the one thing that they do have, explosive weapons. They have Devontae Smith and Rasheed Rice, which is a dominant, or could be a very dominant, very dangerous 1-2 punch with elite route running and yak ability. They're young. They have a young and fast defense, which again is going to be huge in this league, especially with the speed demons that we have out here. And they have very strong trenches. A strong offensive line is going to be needed in this league, especially with McCarthy breaking the route. Especially with the guys that we got, the users that we got, and the style of play. The only weaknesses that I could find is that they don't have much depth on the offensive line. They have great starters,
Hmm.
but one injury up front could have them shift their whole offensive line and make them completely change their game plan. And then their quarterback development. CJ Stroud is very young, but he's sitting at a 78, so he's considered a work in progress. As the Chiefs have a huge run up the middle, gain of 23 yards. Um,
Okay.
so it's gonna be very interesting to see how that pans out. I feel like his Madden rating has regressed, um, and his ceiling as far as in terms of the game has lowered a little bit. But of course, this is Madden, so that could change. Overall, I give them a B minus as well, because again, still a bit of still a couple of holes in there that they'll need to fix. Still a couple of things that they'll need to address next off season. But overall, especially in the NFC East, it's a toss up. Having a decent draft should be good enough to at least have him for fighting for wild card contention.
Nice, nice. Real quick, man, you said the Chiefs and the Chargers are already playing. Do you
Yeah.
know where the link is at? Cause
Uh,
I can't find it.
no
Did they put
worries.
in the
I got you. Let me forward it to the.
game of the week stream? I think you can put it there.
I forwarded it right now to the
League stream.
to
That's
the league
right.
stream. But then from there, I forwarded it to the league stream.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Man, I hope Chargers wins, bro. I chose him, with all the
Yeah.
talk he was saying.
Pick.
Oh,
Oh.
why did he missed Tyler Warner? He missed them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
All
want
right,
my boy Elijah.
I see. I see. You voted for him?
Yeah,
Elijah's Chargers, right?
yeah, he's Chargers.
Ah, nice, nice, nice. All right, man. Well, let me go ahead and go over the Bills.
Yes, sir.
I would say, looking at the roster, the strengths is led by Justin Herbert, right, in the offense. He gives them that stability, that franchise stability at the quarterback position. Kyle Hamilton, man, is a unicorn on defense. He's an elite, strong safety with these amazing abilities that you can put him. Higgins and Pittman, they're reliable wide receiver duo. They won't burn you, but again, they're chain movers. They'll get you those first downs when you need them. They have a good mix of speed and physicality on defense. I would say that their identity is a modern explosive offense paired with rangy athletic defense built to play fast. Weakness, running game is solid but not game changing. Could use more depth behind AJ Terrell because besides him, man, they have Darius Slay. He's 34 years old. He's pretty much gonna retire next season, I
Yeah.
think, and he's gonna regress. So I would say that they need to focus on drafting or trading for another cornerback. And as well, the pass rush is good, but again, not elite. I would give them a draft grade of B, balanced, explosive, and safe. A legitimate AFC contender. And I know I did say explosive. I meant they're more of like a driver team, right? With
Yeah.
Higgins and Pittman. I would feel like that's where that analysis comes in. When I say safe, I mean they're safe. They're safe. They're two reliable wide receivers. So I give them a B.
Okay. Nice, 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 nice. Um, the next team I got actually is my favorite team in real life. Pop beat
Pop
me to
and
them, man. But
Homer.
yeah. So the next team is the Dallas Cowboys. Their team identity, I think he wanted to do it one time for the '90s, man. But this team is built all about dominance in the trenches and being explosive on both sides of the ball. It's built to bully you up front, but also have a defense that'll suffocate you and give you the big hits when it counts. Um, think of it as controlled chaos again, kind of like the Cowboys of the '90s, or even the Legion of Boom type. As the Chargers get a first down, their strength generational front seven, brother, with Micah Parsons and Chris Jones in the on the defensive line. That enough. That enough is enough to literally wreck game plans. That is a great that is a great 1-2 piece to have to build around your
Hmm.
defensive line. I will not lie. I'm trying to pull the roster up real quick so that I can actually see if I can name some of them off.
Ooh,
Oh,
BTJ, bro, just scored,
to the
man.
crib.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's that track speed that we're talking about with the Chargers
Yup.
coming into
Man, it's
play.
gonna be a pain having to deal with BTJ and Xavier Worthy, bro.
You're
But if
telling
anyone
me,
can deal
man.
with him, it's the Chiefs, bro.
So you got Michael Parsons, Chris Jones, and what's his name? And Kenny Clark. And then on top of
Oh
that, you
wow,
have
he has Kenny Clark. I didn't know that.
yeah. And on top of that, he has Dorrance Armstrong as well, with Quincy Williams helping as well. He's a will, but I see him using him as a pass rusher every now and then. So like I said,
Hmm.
they have they have the potential to have a generational defensive front seven, flat out terrifying. They can literally wreck games by themselves. Their offensive line, elite, man. You talk about elite: Thomas, Dickerson, Jenkins, Cosme. Come on, man. This is
Yeah.
crazy. This is a crazy offensive line. And then you pair that with something I did not do, which is give them a superstar running back, and that ooh, I thought that was gonna be a pick. And you give them Bijan Robinson, yeah. Um, and then wideouts like Pickens and Sutton, brother. That offensive line is set to make some huge, huge plays. And then they also have depth on defense, on the line, in the secondary, in the linebacking core. They play fast, they play deep, and they play downhill. At least that's what they play. That's what it's looking like on paper. Um, so I really think that this team could be very good. Their weaknesses, though, again, like I touched on before, it seems like a lot of players reached for quarterbacks early, and it seems like a lot of players waited too long for quarterbacks. Now, Cam Ward is a rookie. He does have a hidden dev. If you've played the game long enough by now, you should know what dev that is. But for, kayfabe purposes, as far as, uh, keeping that information hidden, it is a hidden dev. It's intriguing but improving. His ceiling is high, but his floor could be rough early. And oh my goodness,
Oh no,
oh
why did
my
he move
goodness, I don't
on?
know. I have no idea.
Maybe he thought he would put it. Oh man, I thought.
I thought
I
that
don't
was
know why. I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't know
yeah.
why he moved him.
Receiver separation, which I will agree, strength does not always equal separation. Um, Pickens and Sutton will win with strength. Oh, that's a nice catch. But they will not win with speed. They are missing a true burner to stretch out the defense over the top. And then their defensive depth is aging, of course, but obviously it's in places where that he can address during the offseason and in the draft. Overall, I actually give this draft pick
Oof, he threw quick,
and
man.
Chargers with the first turnover of the game, folks, or causing the first turnover of the game. This is actually the first high grade that I give them. I give this draft a flat A
Uh-huh.
because again, that offensive line and that defensive line. Oh, with the scene. Oh, the
Oh
Chargers give it right back, ladies and gentlemen.
man.
After getting an interception, the Chargers give it right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
But yeah, I give them an A simply because again, they have the pieces on the offensive line and in the trenches defensively to make a lot of fucking noise, a lot of noise.
Uh, so I'm gonna be doing the Broncos, right? Man, dude, let me tell you something, dude. I know I had drafted my team, the Vikings, right? The Minnesota Vikings. I
Yeah,
drafted them and everything. And I was looking at these rosters when we were doing coming up with what to say and stuff like that about these rosters, and I looked at the Broncos
yeah.
and I was contemplating, man. I was contemplating, man, you know what? Should I just like move to the Broncos? But then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stay with my team. I drafted them for a reason, right? But the reason why I felt like that was because, man, to me, the Broncos, I feel like they're the best well drafted team. So much that I gave them an A plus,
Oh,
right?
nice.
I gave yeah, dude, I gave them an A plus. They're a smash mouth offense powered by Derrick Henry. I would assume he might be age reduced, but they're powered by Derrick Henry with enough young defensive talents to stay competitive. And then you also have Drake May. You also have Drake May and Chris Olave, and I'd say that those are the strengths of the offense, right? You have Chris Olave, you have Brock Bowers as well. He's probably the best tight end, him or Trey McBride, right? But I'd give it to Brock Bowers only because he's younger, right? He's 22 years old, 89 speed, 91 overall. But man, dude, I really like this team a lot. You also have the left tackle. Yeah, he's 31, but he's still solid, bro. Defensive tackle as well, Quentin Williams. You can't really go wrong with this team, man.
Well,
Whoever we did get it filled up, right? Because
uh,
man, that
if
uh-huh.
I'm not mistaken, we do have a Broncos user coming in. Yeah, because we have Eagles.
Man,
Yeah,
dude.
Eagles and Broncos. Yeah.
Mm, Yeah, I really like this team. Their weaknesses, I would say, is just outside of Olave, they don't really have anything, right? It's pretty much thin. Their secondary is, I would just say it's serviceable. I would say that their best secondary defensive back is Justin Reed. Or
Yeah.
is that who is that? Is that Justin Reed?
Yeah, it is Justin Reed.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Yeah, just Justin Reed, and then behind him, it's like a 4 overall, 5 overall drop in Trayvon Merrick.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah, man. I
my
like.
my only gripe with this team is literally just the fact that his two best offensive linemen. Well, all right, two out of the three best offensive linemen that he has are upwards of or about to be 30. He has Colton Miller and Diane Dawkins. And he also has not Quentin Williams, Trey Smith. He's 26, but that shouldn't be an issue. I mean, he still has a good 4, maybe 5 years left. But
Yeah.
obviously, with Miller turning 30 and with Dawkins being 31, you know that could be trouble.
Oh, dude, I did not see that. I did not see Trey Smith and Colton. Dude, I promise you, I did not see them. I was like, what the heck? Wow, dude, no, they're an A plus, bro.
Yeah, like
I can't believe I did not. I just completely like, I don't know why I was thinking of different players.
No, maybe
Wow.
maybe it's because they're listed. You know, they're left tackle and left
Yeah.
tackle. So
Yeah. I don't know, but wow. No,
hey, hey,
they're
hey,
damn, dude.
hey, Darian, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my stream, brother. By the way, you know. But yeah, we already covered both the Chiefs and the Chargers, man. You know, if you were around from the beginning, you would have known that, you know. But hey, what do I know, right? Nah, but yeah, we already covered them, Darian and Chile. But no, yeah. That to me, like I said, to me you're right. This is a good team. Having having a user who's going deep.
No way
Oh,
he's gonna
bomb!
catch the
30,
dude
25, 20, 15, 10, 5,
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah, bro, that team is gonna be a problem.
Good
Man,
lord.
he still beat him at cover two, man. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
No, yeah, man.
he's gonna be a
I
problem.
would, yeah, I would definitely go back and retract what I said. No, that offensive lineman is pretty good, man. Uh, yeah, A plus.
Definitely. My next team up are the Miami Dolphins. Um, and of course, in typical Miami fashion, this is built on speed and swagger. You know what I mean? And the defense
Hmm.
has to be locked down. They're bringing the classic Miami energy, and by classic Miami energy, I mean the Don Shula days, the Dan Marino days, the days where they could hit you over the top or they could hit you in the mouth. They want to fly around. They want to create mismatches. They want to force turnovers. Basically, think of a high octane offense with a defense that can end games. They do have an elite secondary, in my opinion, with one of the best duo tandems in the league, with Patrick Surtain, PS2, and with Legarius Sneed. They do have another dynamic duo on the offensive line as well, with Terry McLaurin and Jalen Waddle. So of course you bring elite speed and route precision. Guess what that's going to cause? A lot of matchup nightmares for the secondary. And then of course they have some good pass rushers, a lot of rising talents like Mason Graham and Oladejo. They give the defense a real punch up front, but they also have Daniil Hunter to bring that veteran leadership. Oh, that was risky. That was risky. Fourth and 19, ladies and gentlemen. Chargers are going to force a punt. Um,
Watch him go for it.
right? They do have weaknesses though. Now, obviously, I don't count this bullet point as weakness. Simply because again, I feel like Madden wise, he's gotten a bad rap because of the real life position that he's in. Trevor Lawrence
Hmm.
being a 77 overall, not having hit elite consistency yet, brings brilliance but is streaky. True, but
Hmm.
people have to remember he's on the Jaguars. So, you know, this is a fantasy league. You put him with the right offense, he's gonna do work. Um, the offensive line could be shaky at times because they're going to be developing. They got a couple of young pieces that they got to start molding and kind of get integrated. And then their running back depth is not that deep. They have Connor, um, and then the backups are unproven and young and underdeveloped. So it's going to be interesting to see how they approach that. Overall, I give them a B. Because again, they do bring elite secondary. They do bring dynamic receiver duo. They do have a great pass rush. Um, but really, it's just more about the outer laying things in general. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up their roster real quick and let you. So it's more of a when I look at their roster, it's more of a play style than roster building. I guess thing is what I'm waiting on to see. Um,
Touchdown.
because when I look at their roster, um, they have a 97 overall in PS2, a 94 in Terry McLaurin, 91 in Neil Hudner, and then they have an 85, 84, 82, 81, and the rest are 70s. So again, it's one of those things where I'm interested to see if he built to his play style rather than for the big names and getting the higher rated players. And he got the players that are rated best for his offense. As y'all see, the Chargers go up yet another touchdown, and it's starting to get ugly, folks. 21-7 with 2:10 left in the second quarter. But yeah, overall, like I said, man, room for improvement for sure. But my biggest concern is just that right there. Um, yes, he has 390s, but then he only doubles up with not even doubles up. He only has 480s. So really, again, not a good look. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Chiefs
Oh
are
man, yeah, dude.
fighting back, man. The Chiefs are definitely fighting back.
Yeah, who got the ball first? The Chargers or the Chiefs?
Uh,
I don't remember.
Chiefs did, I believe.
Chiefs did.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, it would have been good for them to score and then come back. Hopefully they can score here and then make it a one possession game. But moving on to the Cleveland Browns, their strength starts with Fred Warner. He's the best linebacker in the league, man. He's just really good. He's a ball hawking linebacker that will go ahead and snatch the ball out of the air. Jonathan Taylor, he's a top tier running back. Denzel Ward as well. He's a lockdown cornerback one. Odunze, he's young. He is 83 overall, and but he's a superstar. He adds size and explosiveness. And then you have uh what's his name? Holland? Javon? Is it Javon Holland? Yeah, it's Javon Holland.
Indeed.
Yeah, and he's really good. The weaknesses I would say is that this QB, it's who's a quarterback? Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's Daniel Jones, man. I would say, I would say he's probably one of the weakest. I know he's having a good year, and Madden had updated his overall on ratings, but if you can use him right, ooh,
Oh, pick.
another interception, bro.
And this might be a
Yeah.
pick six. Oh, shit.
Hayden, man.
So it
But
looks like he
Chargers
wasn't
both win.
lying.
Yeah, he wasn't lying, man. Yeah, but going back, I would say that Daniel Jones is probably one of the weakest links of the offense. He could cap the offense, right? Again, the right side of the offensive line needs improvement. Edge talent is good, but lacks a true superstar. But again, this team, I give it a B. Dominant defense and strong skill players, but they need in my opinion, a better quarterback.
I agree, 100%. I agree. Um, Again, I know he's having a phenomenal season, but I mean, first of all, normal dev trade, he's 28, he's 81.
Yeah.
I feel like the ceiling has been reached, in my opinion. You know,
Hmm.
in regards to them. Um, my next team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, to me, this is again a very interesting roster. We just got it filled as far as user wise. We had somebody abandon ship after they literally again drafted and then just out of nowhere left. But biggest thing that pops out to me right now, obviously with them is off rip. Ooh, nice snap.
Oh, how did
That is
he
an
get
amazing
that?
catch right there. Is
Who was that?
Justin Jefferson and Matthew Stafford. I feel like that's going to be a nice deadly duo. But yeah, the team identity for the Eagles as we watch this play. Oh, almost got that pick. Um, the Eagles have a an offense that screams veteran firepower with superstar polish. They're built to win right now. To be honest with you, they have a mix of established playmakers, trench toughness, and savvy leadership. It's an old school team with a modern playmaking flair. It's basically Smash Mouth football meets finesse, you know. And Milrow scrambles
Mhm.
out to the right, gets a first, and he
Oh,
will
he's
get in
gonna
the
score.
score, ladies and gentlemen. 27-7 in the second quarter. 18 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to look bleak, very, very bleak for the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, One of their key strengths is going to be obviously veteran leadership. Matthew Stafford bringing superstar pedigree and superstar skill um, to the team. Obviously being a 93 overall, 92 overall. Let me check. Being a 92 overall. Yes, he is old, but he can provide you he can be a very good bridge player. You know what I mean? So he can provide you enough stability to get through until you draft your next quarterback of the future. They do have an elite skill trio in Justin Jefferson, Debo Samuel, and an aging Keelan Allen. And I know he's aging, but at the end of the day, his route running has not diminished one bit. His speed may have, he might have lost a step, but he is still able he is still able to create that space when it comes to running the routes to the route tree. Going deep down the middle, beat the
Oh, he's gonna
safety.
get that.
Oh, he got
He's gonna
that.
get it.
Nice,
Oh, Christian Watson,
nice,
bro.
nice. They do have a loaded backfield. James Cook and Nick Chubb give Philly a very rare super strong 1-2 punch. We hear very strong 1-2 punch occasionally. This is a very a super 1-2 punch in
Hmm.
my opinion. And then their defense, they have a nice core, an aggressive secondary. Um, they can provide pressure up front, scramble to the right. McCarthy gets knocked out.
Oh, he got stuffed.
Oh my goodness, gets knocked out at the 1 yard line. 2 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. He can go for it or he can get the points. He's gonna go for it.
He's gonna go for it. I
He's
think
gonna
that's a
go
call,
for it.
man.
That,
Slant to the right from the left side.
yeah.
Nah, I don't know. Nah, he shaded him
Well,
to the
yeah,
right.
but it's in man though. So,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, timeout. Nice.
um, their weakness, age. Keenan Allen, Tooney, Stafford, all in their
Yeah.
30s, all on their last run. So it's a win now situation. Um, defensive line depth isn't that deep, and they have limited youth. So they kind of have a lot of fringe in between players. Nice touchdown on. Oh,
Nice.
he dropped it.
Oh, wow.
Incredible. Wow, man, and hold him out. Overall, very hard to not give this team anything higher than a B plus, but I am gonna give it a B, simply because when you factor in the age, you factor in the lack of depth, it really does affect the overall grade. Because again, you're kind of putting yourself in a win now situation, and if you don't win now, then your window basically closes immediately after season one.
Yeah.
So I give this a B minus.
Nice. All right, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their route running position offense led by Armon St. Brown, with playmakers everywhere and a veteran defensive core. Armon St. Brown is a elite wide receiver one and a rack monster. Diggs as well. He gives them that good solid. Yeah, Diggs gives them that solid depth, right? Diggs and St. Brown. I think they're still they're a top 10 wide receiver duo.
Yeah.
Mayfield is a solid quarterback. Is he a superstar with the Madden update or no?
Let me
Cause
double
man,
check
that
that.
changed a lot. Let me.
What team was it again?
He's with the Bucks.
The Bucks. No, no, no. But
I think he.
what team drafted him? The Bucks.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, actually the Bucks.
Let's see.
Uh,
He is a superstar, brother. Yes.
he's a
Man, bro,
superstar.
I'm telling
Wow,
you,
yeah.
this is just a.
This is a good team, man.
Yeah, he wasn't lying about knowing what he was gonna do, what he was doing with his team.
Yup, and ETN adds explosiveness in the run game. My favorite part of this team, though, is the defensive lineman. It's led by their wrecking ball defensive lineman with Allen, Mack, and Jared Verse, bro,
Yeah.
coming off the left edge.
Yes.
Weaknesses. I would say it's the cornerback room outside of Kenny Moore, but Kenny Moore as well. He's aging. He's 30 years old, but he is 89 overall right now. An offensive line is decent, but not dominant. But overall, I give this draft grade this team a B. Great weapons, strong defense, but cornerback questions and linebackers moving back.
Nice, nice, nice. So my next team that I'm going to be evaluating is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out my brother Ghost. Um, yeah, man. So this is again another one of those teams. And shout out to Shango, by the way. But this is one of those teams that I call being Shango built or being Irwin built,
Erwin.
where they know what they're picking and why they're picking it. Touchdown as Los Angeles continues to pour it on,
Man,
getting
they're
it
just a
34
good
to
offense.
7.
They're
Um,
fast offense, bro.
it's going to be very hard to stop them, bro. That's just what it comes down to. It. If you don't have the speed, you're going to have a very tough time. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, with the Falcons, man, I mean, a lot of people wondered why he went with Mahomes so early. I didn't, simply because I've watched him play CFB, and of course, I know these are two different games, but a lot of guys tend to share the same tendencies. In playing CFB and Madden, that's why they struggle with the going back and forth, because of the different change of pace. Um, but I know he surrounded Mahomes with weapons: DK Metcalf, Brees Holmes, J-Mo, you know, Kayvonte Turpin,
Oh, it's quick. Oh no.
Calvin Austin with a 95 speed. So like you're saying, well, yeah, a lot of those guys are low rated, yes, but he literally drafted, like, again, reminded me a lot of Shango's team. He wants speed. He wants deep. Take the top off the defense type speed, and he will achieve that with these weapons. DK Metcalf 95 speed, Brees Hall running back 93 speed. So yeah, this is a team that, in my opinion, the offense with Mahomes in it, right down the middle, and he drops that.
That's it.
Um, right off the rip with Patrick Mahomes, I kind of knew where it was going. Their team identity again built around Mahomes, magic and pure speed. Atlanta's offense has explosive written all over it, and their vertical passing game, big play potential, and aggressive tempo is a recipe for disasters for defense. Oh, nice catch. Um, Defensively, they're going to lean heavy on their speed as well, and their pursuit, rallying to the ball. Their DNA is literally air it out on offense, and attack fast, and let Mahomes cook. As McCarthy misses that throw right there. Their strengths: elite quarterback play. They have Patrick Mahomes, and then they also have a actually decent backup as well. Um, they have some great weapons outside of it, as we mentioned before. They have a dynamic backfield, and of course, like I said, on defense, ooh, nice, right up
Middle.
the middle, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to make this a game. He's trying to make this a game. So yeah, fast, opportunistic, and of course, um, having the ability to change the game with one play is going to be huge. Their weaknesses is their offensive line is average at best, at best. So with Patrick
Mhm.
Mahomes in the backfield, he is going to have to need a little bit of that magic. They are aging at their core on defense, and their pass rush can be very inconsistent. Overall, ooh, nice kick return.
Yo.
Overall, aside from the offense itself might have gotten an A, um, but with everything taken into consideration, it drops it all the way from an A to a B minus, simply because again, you got to take into consideration that this was more of a niche drafted team. This is more of a play style drafted team, and we have yet to see how it's gonna go down. The Chargers were one of those teams where they built around speed, and we're seeing how that's going. So now it's going to be very interesting to see how Atlanta functions with the way they build.
Nice. Moving on up, Darian. I know Darian's been there, like impatiently waiting. Hey, do my team, do my team. He's been texting me, do my team. Man, dude, I really like the way that he drafted his team. I actually gave him an A. Me, when I see this, I think they're the best offensive trio in the league with Chase, CMC, and Harrison. That's downright scary, man.
Indeed.
The identity is elite firepower, offensive built around unstoppable top end talent with complementary speed and versatility. I think that's what I tried to recreate, and I didn't. you know, but their strengths are Jamar Chase, best wide receiver in the league, and he's just the best wide receiver in the game as well. With these elite abilities, you have to double him. Christian McCaffrey's a top tier running back who fits any scheme, and I feel like with Darian, it really he I think CMC complements what he likes to do on offense, right? Christian McCaffrey's that receiver hash slash running back, and that's the way that Darian likes to use his running backs.
Yeah.
I would also say Marvin Harrison Jr. as a wide receiver too. That also provides depth. Elite young, elite young, and you also have to double him when he's on fire. And Hopkins as a three, wide receiver three. I think that's solid. It gives some depth as well, some insane depth. McNeil anchors the interior defensive line. Good mix of high awareness, elite change of direction, and strong tackling on defense. But their weakness, I would say, is secondary. Secondary is good, but not elite outside of Johnson. Tight end room is serviceable. Not well. Actually, Tucker Craft, he's pretty good. He's young. He provides them that stability on tight end, but he has no superstar abilities right now.
Yeah.
But he's good. He's good. His defense as well it lacks a true edge at the it lacks a true superstar defensive edge. But overall, man, I give this team an A.
Nice. Nice. And like I said, man, a lot of teams did draft very, very well. Even computer drafted teams drafted
Yeah,
very
man.
well. That's the crazy part. Um, Moving on, I got the San Francisco 49ers. Um, and again, one of those teams where the CPU drafted decent, and then whenever he tapped in, he did the rest of his thing. Um, so their identity is literally going to be based around their defensive dominance and their veteran stability. It's a blend of nice throw, nice catch. It's a blend of blue collar toughness up front with elite pass rushing, and then a balanced offense. So kind of like your typical 49er team when they're good. Their plan is to win the line of scrimmage. He's waiting too long. To win the line of scrimmage, control the tempo, and then let the defense hurt. Their strengths, they have a amazing defensive duo on the edges with Aiden Hutchinson and Joey Bosa. That is a nightmarish pass rush right there. They have a balanced offense with Dak Prescott leading it, and Garrett Wilson being their main. Oh snap, going deep for
He
6.
got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, he cuts the lead down to 3
Man, dude,
scores.
the Chiefs can score fast.
Yeah, they can. The thing is that the Chargers have been scoring faster.
All right.
So yeah, they have pieces offensively, but a lot of holes. Their front seven on defense, including Milton Williams, Patrick Queen, and I'm not the biggest fan, but also Digizua round out a strong defensive core that can run, stop, and collapse the pocket. And then they have a steady veteran presence. The concern though is going to be the offensive line outside of Frazier and Conklin. Protection is going to be very shaky against elite defenses, elite fronts. They do have a lot of aging players on their team as well, and they have almost no receiver depth. If you thought I had no receiver depth, he probably has like one notch above me, and it's only because it's one big name receiver. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I gave this draft overall, it was a CPU team, so I'll click, not a CPU team, but it was mostly auto drafted. So I could be a little bit harsh, so I will. I give this draft personally a C plus.
Nice. Another team that I have is the Los Angeles Chargers, and we're currently watching them right on Game of the Week.
Yes, sir.
Their identity is one of the fastest offenses in the league, paired with a high motor defense built for fireworks, and that's what it's been, man. They're just a big play waiting to happen all the time, every play, man. You got to watch out for Xavier Worthy, and Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, man, the amount of speed that they bring, you gotta always have two man high. Kenneth Walker, he's another big play running back. Hendrickson and Pierce, uh, they give you a strong pass rush. Secondary has young developmental talent with speed. This team just has speed everywhere, man. They're the top 3 fastest roster. I would say it's them, and then the Chiefs. And I'm gonna be biased, and I'm put myself. Nah, I'm playing. No, I don't know who's the third one though. The weaknesses, they're very fast, right? They're very fast, but they don't really have those outside of Brian Thomas Jr. Xavier Worthy doesn't have any like superstar abilities. Even Brian Thomas Jr. right now, I don't think he has any superstar abilities that are very elite that will keep moving the chains. Like I'm talking about like uh route technician. That one that's probably one of the most OP abilities in my opinion. Weaknesses, right? Again, Milrow, he's very, very fast, but he's what, like 60 some overall?
I believe so. Let me
Uh, yeah. And then, yeah, he's like 60 some, unless he, nice. Oh, he dropped that. He dropped that. And safety group is young, but, I mean, there's not that much really that, let me see who he has. Will Johnson, he has him at free safety.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Oh, that's not that.
Fumble. Wow,
Oh no, he can
everything
pick
is
it
just
up.
going right.
Yeah,
Everything is just going
yeah,
right for the Chargers today.
yeah. Well, yeah, man. So other than that, I would say that's the only weaknesses. Milrow, he's developmental, but I mean, right now he looks like
Sheesh, ladies
Jesus,
and
bro. I
gentlemen.
don't even know if he
Wow.
is a weakness.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows
Yeah.
if he may even be a weakness, folks. Good
Yeah. So
lord,
this
that is
draft
crazy.
grade, I give him a B plus. Insane speed, big play potential. Roster is young and explosive, but needs discipline and offensive line work.
Nice, nice. Well, I mean, shit. If he's getting the ball off quick, and he's
Man, this guy can just
and
score
he's
fast.
exactly he's getting the ball off quick and still scoring too. Yeah, that's crazy work. The last team I have on my breakdown are the New York Jets. Um, their identity, like most teams in this league, stood on speed, versatility, and defensive discipline. They plan on attacking teams with a modern spread offense centered around their explosive playmakers. And a defense that's going to thrive on creating chaos. Their DNA is basically going to be high tempo, high pressure, and high IQ football. Think of it as the Chip Kelly Oregon Ducks, early Chip Kelly Eagles. You know, going to be very fast, but at the same time able to break it down methodically and take it down the field, nickel and dime it, and still get big plays with the speed when they need to. They do have offensive firepower. One of their strengths is that itself. They have Jameer Gibbs out the backfield. Um, I don't know if they plan on moving Kyler or if they already did. But if that news already broke, then this report may be obsolete. But if you pair that with Kyler Murray's mobility and Devontae Adams' route mastery, you can get hit from anywhere on the field. They do have a very good, or actually great safety net or safety blanket for whoever the quarterback is in Dallas Goedert. And then they have a veteran defense with a youthful secondary. Um, so it's one of those things where if he's planning long term on developing the secondary, then he chose the right guys. Weakness, a lot of this really ties into, again, depending on how he plays. His play style is going to be very crucial. Will be quarterback consistency. Um, he brings Kyler Murray brings the big play aspect to the team, but also brings the high risk, high reward factor, and not to mention the health concerns. Offensive
Mhm.
line depth, outside of their two best offensive linemen, their offensive line is very thin. And again, another team where one injury on the defensive side of the ball can completely cripple them and completely derail their season. And then, of course, age being another thing. A lot of these guys, they see a high rating, they take it, but don't realize that that guy is 34, 33, and could be in his last year. Um, so yeah, overall, built very fast. I don't know if it's built to last. I give them a B minus. And hopefully, if they do trade Kyler, they get a quarterback that is able to add what Kyler would be. I hope they're able to replace what they'll be losing with Kyler, which is
Right.
that mobility aspect. You know.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, this is my last one as well, my last team, and it's Shango's team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice.
They're a balanced, high motor defense with elite trench play and surprising offensive upside thanks to their speed. Starting off with Max Crosby, he is an elite edge rusher, tone setter, man. I think Shango said it best earlier. He had stated that Max Crosby will make his secondary a lot better. He does have Maxwell Harrison, so that's another young cornerback. He's like 96 speed. I think he's one of the fastest cornerbacks in the league. Creed Humphreys at center, top tier offensive line anchor, as well as Slater. Slater at left tackle gives you protection for against the best edge rushers, right? But I don't know. He did say that he was shopping him around, so
Yeah.
maybe he'll stay with him. Maybe he'll trade him. We'll see. Josh Downs is a reliable wide receiver with elite change of direction. He could put him in the slot. Cornerback room has crazy speed as well with Harrison again and Fraser. Defense is fast, aggressive, and young. Weaknesses, I would say it's wide receiver one lacks true superstar status. The QB situation, Tagovailoa, or I don't even know how to say his name, Tua
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa. He's a superstar, but he's 27, so I don't know how long he's gonna. Yeah, I don't know what his overall will be at the end of the season. But another one is Baishal Tuden, I believe. Shango just actually ended up getting X Factor on him, I believe. I think he had posted it. I'm not sure. But that's another guy that's gonna add a crazy amount of speed. He's 95 speed, 96 acceleration, 90 agility. Change of direction is okay. It's 87. But yeah, man, it's real good. I would give his draft grade a D. Now I'm playing. I'd give it an A minus, man. Great speed, great trenches, great defense. Needs a star quarterback though. Other than Tua, I don't know, man. To me, he's a lefty. It's weird. It's weird using a left-handed quarterback playing Madden. But and then a wide receiver one to hit championship tier.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, that's pretty much all I have. I know us. I know everyone was supposed to join us. But if not, what we can do is we can go ahead and go over their team another time. We could do it tomorrow or another time,
Definitely. Yeah, I'm
whenever
definitely down.
you're free. And
I'm definitely down to do that. Or if another game pops up, and they stream, we could do that too. But yeah, man. Like I said, we can do it tomorrow, or if another game pops up.
for
Um,
sure, bro. For
but like I
sure.
said, I do appreciate you, man. Obviously helping out. You guys that are new to the BMG system, we have college football and MLB the Show leagues. We started off a Madden one, but that kind of fell off, and so then I joined the TML, which is a very great league. If you guys haven't checked it out already, go and do so. Very legit, very competitive league. And so we kind of just having a little bit of extra time now and loving the game, knowing that a lot of people want another good organized fantasy draft league. Kind of pitched it out there, and then AJ and a couple of the homies came through and decided to help form it, man. And now we're here. We had a couple of little hiccups, but that's to happen with the first year league. But I think
Mhm.
overall we got a very good core, very good foundation. TML is a huge base in this. I think we got what, like 6 of us total from TML, 7, including me, Erwin, and Darian. So we have a good amount of guys from another league, another very competitive league, and then we got guys from other places that seem to want to compete as well. So I'm looking forward to the level of competition and getting better. But overall, we just want to provide you guys with the best franchise experience. We got the Neon Sports. We're gonna do something called the Dynasty Dashboard, which is gonna be a Discord bot that is gonna give us week to week recaps of games and stuff like that. So we're gonna up the ante, provide coverage of games and roster breakdowns, give you guys insight on trades and stuff like that. So we'll be sticking around. So if you haven't already, follow the channel and obviously be on the lookout for that. But I just want to shout out the commissioner group and everybody at TML that helped me out big time with this, man. This is dope. I really appreciate y'all. AJ, I really appreciate you as well, man. So I want to just thank you while we're here. So thank you very much for helping me,
Yeah, man. No,
helping me
thank
get this
you.
going.
For sure, bro. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get going because the Bears is already tagging me, asking me when we're gonna play. So I should be playing him in like 20 minutes. I gotta do practice and all that. So,
All
but
right.
all right, man. We'll go ahead and go over the other ones in another time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I might broadcast
All
your
right,
game. So good luck, brother.
all right, bro.